Hey guys, and welcome back to the Asgardian News Network. Thank you again for tuning in here. And first off, just want to say, wow, great job, Kevin Feige, Disney. They nailed the Shang-Chi movie. I'm going to be taking a look into doing a little bit of a review here when it comes to Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. My first initial thoughts on some characters, some development. I'll be trying to do this as spoiler free as possible. I'm going to look into the post credit scene a little bit more tomorrow, along with diving into the film a little bit deeper, I believe, as well. Just trying to get a better understanding of everything going on, just trying to dish out my first initial thoughts. First off, right off the bat, I know a lot of people, some friends of mine as well, their biggest complaint looking into Iron Man 3, back on that film, was how badly it felt like they butchered the Mandarin and the Ten Rings there. Now, watching this immediately, one, redeems that, their choices on that, and two, just perfectly set that off of where it needed to be. The portrayal of how they developed the Mandarin was perfect. His background, his character, was everything perfect. You know, they did a great job of making a villain that, from the trailers, it really seems that he is a character that you immediately hate off the bat, scum of the earth. But as more things go on, you can really get to see and almost relate to the character a little bit more, which I thought was perfect. And that's, the best villains in any sort of, superhero movie, especially in these one-off solo films. Or if you have a villain that you can almost relate to an extent, but know that they're going too far and they're going about it the wrong way. And that's when you really nailed it. And they definitely did that here. Now, next I want to get into the original biggest doubt I had going into this movie before watching it. And that really was Katie, Aquafina's character there. I really personally don't like her that much as an actress. I really don't like anything that she's been in. I never really found her that funny. But that being said, I don't think this movie would be nearly as good as it was without her. I think she did a perfect portrayal of what she needed to do. She had some of her, I'll say, iconic, I guess maybe iconic, but, signature comedy that, I often see in clips or anything like that of her towards the beginning of the movie. But as the movie goes on, her character definitely develops a lot more, develops in a better way. And it's more, instead of just a one-off bit of her comic relief when it gets thrown in there, she definitely has a more built character towards the end of the movie, and definitely makes the movie much more enjoyable from that point on, in my point of view. And also plays a big role, and definitely seems like going forward in at least future Shang-Chi movies, it'll be interesting to see if she does pop up with Shang-Chi in other, Marvel movies, whether it be, Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, hopefully, maybe Shang-Chi appears then. I have a feeling. And as well, along with that, maybe in future Avenger movies with Shang-Chi as well. Just because it seems like her character is getting elevated there and is more than just a kind of side character, a little comic relief, almost like how Wong is now. Wong went from like a little kind of like flat humor jokes here and there to now he's in everything, which I think is awesome. And his character has really developed a lot from the beginning of Doctor Strange to now seeing him in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Next, getting into Shang-Chi himself. I really thought this was a great choice, not only on actor, but on how they decided to develop the character and really set him up for future films. They really did a great job of kind of answering who he was, where he's coming from, how he's able to do some of his abilities there, but at the same time, being able to leave things pretty open-ended and be able to have a lot of questions that will be able to set up some sequels very well going forward in the future, which is a great job of definitely the way that they've done that. So I'm glad to see that because now I'm really excited, and I hope he makes an appearance in Doctor Strange 2, and I hope his sequel doesn't take as long as it took from Doctor Strange to Multiverse of Madness to take. I hope he gets a quicker sequel turnaround than that because I definitely very much enjoyed his character, very much enjoyed his story arc, and I'm excited to see them develop that character a little bit more. Now, as well, very clearly, I mean, just going from, really originally in the comics, the 10 rings aren't anywhere close to what they're doing here in the MCU. Now, Marvel's really been known to do that, going through creating the MCU here that they have for our cinematic universe. They definitely have taken a different path on certain things, making things a little bit more simplified, just so that way each thing has a little bit more separation. Because you look in the comics, and the 10 rings in the comics really are basically, I would say, budget Infinity rings. They're like the knockoff. And in this, it really seems that they kind of took that down a notch just to make it a little bit more understandable. We'll see if they do change that, because with the mid or post credit scene, they really did leave that open ended and kind of dive into some of the mystery behind the 10 rings and really just leave you asking some more questions. Well, like I said, I will get into that a little bit more in another video. But definitely a good job with that. It was really a great tool. Overall, I really think this is a great way to start off phase 4. I think the TV shows did a perfect job of kind of, setting things up for the bigger picture. But I really did miss, a Marvel origin film. If it really feels like it's been a long time since we've had something like this. And, it really, I think the last film that had the closest feeling to this was Black Panther. And there's definitely a lot of similarities between these two movies, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings and Black Panther. So it's definitely great to see. And I think, Disney really knocked this out of the park. It should be exciting to see how things start getting tied together a little bit further. But all in all, I mean, I don't really think I have any complaints about Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. I really think the movie was very well done, and the acting was good, the pacing was good, the tie into the rest of the cinematic universe really was well done. But again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button because, like I said, I'll be doing a more in-depth breakdown of the movie, post-credit scenes. Just want to put out my initial thoughts here and just give something that, anyone who's waiting to go see it or anything like that, or maybe someone who has some doubts about the movie for whatever reason, even though it's getting amazing reviews online, and I really haven't seen anyone who has said they didn't like it. Just that way, if anyone has that, they can listen to this and go ahead and say, all right, you got me. I'll go pay the $15 or whatever to go see the movie in theaters. But again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Asgardian News Network here. If you could go ahead, leave a like on the video, and as well comment down below if you have seen the movie, what you really enjoyed about it, and what has you most excited for his upcoming sequels. And again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one.